All right, everyone, welcome back into another Fantasy Golf video. Going to be breaking down round 2 here of the Charles Schwab Challenge, giving you guys my favorite picks for PGA DFS round 2 showdown. And we're also going to be talking about the top prop bets and also 3-ball bets for round 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I do want to go ahead and just get into a quick recap from round 1. Round 1, just look at the ownership here, guys, in terms of the leaderboard. This has kind of been the theme of 2025 where, at least especially with round 1 for the most part, like just low-owned guys going off. And you look at some of the higher-owned players creating a little bit of concern. You know, the issue with Scotty would be the fact that he didn't finish top 5 at that, 50% ownership that he's at. And if he doesn't do that, really a terrible play there. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. I'm not too worried about Scotty not coming, up throughout the weekend and playing better there. But then you look at Daniel Berger, a little bit concerned. Again, this is kind of the theme of 2025 is you get the next best option on the board, and he's +2. Now we'll talk about it, but I'm fully expecting him to play well tomorrow. If you look at the AM PM advantage, weather-wise, there's going to be an AM advantage. We'll touch on that. But yeah, that's interesting. Aaron Rai then as well, kind of the three easy clicks, I would say, especially kind of considering the pricing, not doing all too well. But then we go down a little bit lower. Ryan Gerard was a player I was hyping up a bunch. I mentioned him, right away at the start of the week. 75-1, pretty good number for him. Then you also have Tommy Fleetwood as well, -3. And so it is just kind of interesting when you look at some of the ownerships, how it's playing out. Like there are a lot of cut sweats going on, again, as you would expect, but it's always interesting when some of the bigger name golfers in a field like this is not showing up. So definitely interesting there, but that should provide us with some pretty good showdown plays. So let's go ahead and touch on that. And so just looking at the top showdown plays, and let's actually backtrack one sec. We look at the weather for Friday. This is supposed to be the most windy you'll get all week, guys, 17-mile-per-hour winds. And if you look at it, it does favor the AMT times. It's about 5 to get to maybe about to like 9-mile-per-hour winds for the AMT time golfers, whereas the PM golfers are going to be teeing off with like 10 to 17-mile-per-hour winds. So yeah, that should be another clear advantage. And so the showdown projections are already adjusting for that. That's something I put in there for this week, just the AM advantage. So we're going to be looking at that. I do think that's what we're talking about, but regardless, if we just look at the showdown rank, which isn't factoring that in at all, basically all the top plays are going to be golfers that have the AMT time. So that is sitting well for us just naturally right there. That's something I like to see. Now, it is worth calling out like which golfers are the golfers that are the most likely to play better in round 2. Do we have any golfers that could potentially go low? I would say Oleson, Keith Mitchell, Siwoo Kim, Alex Molly, like all these golfers that did somewhat struggle, you could definitely see them go low. Daniel Berger, don't exactly love the fact that he's 12th on this list. I would have honestly thought he'd be like 3. Don't love that too much. Well, interesting there. But yeah, pretty much plain and simple there. Now we'll go ahead and take a peek at some of the live strokes gain stats. Mostly just putting, and we'll take a peek at putting stats. So yeah, which golfers are expected to putt better in round 2? And especially in terms of like golfers that we might want to get to: Joel Damon, Jake Knapp, Jonathan Vegas, Aaron Rai. So I do like to see that Aaron Rai, man, he hit in terms of like the prop bets that we gave out for PrizePicks. I think he hit 16 greens of regulation. Then you look at his score of 0 or even par. Sorry. Yeah, that was a little bit surprising to me. And so it is nice to see that he is expected to putt better in round 2. So he typically doesn't lose strokes, lost 2.6. So if he gets back to his average, he's going to gain around 2.6 strokes putting. So I don't mind that. Jordan Spieth struggled. Oleson struggled. So interesting there. Daniel Berger as well, some that did struggle putting. So that all bodes well for some of the golfers around main slate-wise, but also bodes well for some of the golfers that we're going to be on round 2 showdown-wise. So again, let's go ahead and just take a peek at what the 9-to-5 lineup builder is telling us to do here. And I'm feeling pretty good about the prospects for having a good round 2 showdown. And so as always, guys, give it 2 data points to go off of here. So yeah, Daniel Berger, and let's just do Scotty, raising their projections up. We're going to click generate just so you guys can get a view of what kind of the optimal lineup is looking like for round 2 showdown. And we'll see here. So we got Daniel Berger, Siwoo Kim, Spawn, Oleson, Alex Molly. I don't like the fact that we're not getting more of Scotty Scheffler, honestly. So what I'm probably going to do is once I go through the normal works of this, guys, 30% max exposure, about 3 unique players, whatever. Maybe some gradual randomness, we'll see. But like I'm probably locking Scotty into like 50% of the builds, maybe even more than that. I do think he's going to go low in this one. So I'd rather get there. And so I'm probably going to lock him into about 60% of builds, but we don't even need to do that. Yeah, we'll do that. And so, yeah, I locked him in there. And so what you're going to see now, I'll zoom in for you guys, is we are going to get to a little bit more of Scotty Scheffler. We're getting him about 60%. The issue that we might have is, do we want to get to Scotty with Daniel Berger as well? That's certainly interesting and prospect we could get to there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some prize picks and underdog prop bets. Worth calling out that yesterday, guys, we were getting some of those middling opportunities. So they went 3 for 4 on underdog and then 2 for 4 on prize picks. Okay, we got lucky. I shouldn't say lucky. This was part of it, right? But Scotty Scheffler hit a middle for us. Now, ideally, we would have got another middle because of those big prop line differences that we were getting. You know, golf is one of the more projectable sports, and so again, whenever the prop lines are off by 1.5, that seems to be pretty huge. But a slight profit there, we'll take that. That's kind of the whole point of betting on those. Is we know one of the sites is clearly wrong. And it was interesting that prize picks took their lines off the board. I kind of thought they were correct. And so, yeah, underdog kept those lines there. So maybe you guys were able to take advantage of that. But as always, I do like to start with the prop line differences that we were getting. So like Matt Wallace here, I actually kind of like the idea of betting his over of 70 here on prize picks. I wouldn't mind that. But let's just go ahead and take a peek at where we are getting the best edges. Snedeker for over 2.5 birdies or better is an interesting one. You also have Scotty Scheffler for under 4.5 birdies or better, an interesting one. Same thing with Harris English, under 3.5 birdies or better in simple. Again, I do think that Scotty Scheffler in that earlier AMT time, I don't know if I necessarily need to go to that one because he is going to be getting that good tee time. I don't know if I necessarily want to get there. If he was in the PMT time, I'd be fine with that. So these are the top 3 prop bets that we have. If you guys like those, by all means, go for it. We'll go ahead and pull up underdog real quick. And here's an interesting one. Scotty Scheffler to get over 1.5 birdies or better is the best one. Bogeys or worse, sorry. I think that one's fine. I think I'm okay with that one. So we have a few decent bets there for prize picks and underdog. If you guys want to run those out, by all means, go for it. And so now let's go ahead and get into some 3-ball bets for round 2. Full disclosure, guys, we did have a regression day in terms of the 3-ball bets in round 1. The first few prop bets did end up hitting, or 3-ball bets did end up hitting, and then we went 0 for 4 after that. So 2 for 7 on the day, minus almost 2 units 3-ball betting wise. But again, that's coming in off of a pretty good 3-ball betting day or week last week. But looking at it, guys, again, the issue with these top end ones are the fact that the payout's not going to be good here, but I think I'm fine with these two. Maybe not Patrick Roberts, but Aaron Rai is expected to have a good round 2 as we discussed. So I'm fine with that. And we go ahead and get into some more EVR to win his group. Max Gracerman, Ryo, Davis Thompson. I'm kind of fine with those ones. And then we can even toss in. Now we'll just go with these 4. These 4 I'm pretty good with there. Okay. And then real quickly, let's go ahead and get into some head-to-head bets. It is worth calling out that on DraftKings right now, Brian Harman to beat Robert McIntyre is a 2% plus EV bet, 2.59. Okay, so not terrible there if you guys want to get there. Minus 110, not terrible. But then we'll take a peek at the 9-5 edge here. Michael Kim to beat Ricky Fowler. I'm actually okay with that one. Minus 125. Don't exactly love those odds, but not terrible there. Really, those are going to be the 2 bets that I recommend here for round 2. So just a quick and simple, fast video here for you guys. Make sure to give a like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to access again to any of the tools that you saw in this video, make sure to head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to all those tools for $10 a month. Thank you for watching. Good luck. And as always, let's keep cashing.